Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your very first gameplay and overview straight from the Firebirds dev server for the Su-34. This is a currently rank 8 battle rating 13.3 in air RB, 12.7 in ground RB, strike aircraft, of course, for the Russians, and this thing sits all the way down beyond the Su-24M. This is 10 more than the Su-24M, and it's pretty much like an upsized version of the Su-27. This thing has a two-man cockpit, because again this is a strike aircraft, and it is really oriented towards attacking ground targets, whether it is a tank, a base, whatever the case may be, and this thing can do it quite well. If you look at this thing, because all modern weapons, pretty much, at least all modern aircraft, they're really defined by the weapons that they can carry. This thing can carry some pretty freaking crazy weapons. So just looking at all of this, right, you can still carry the R-77s. This can carry up to 8 R-77 and 2 R-73s, pretty expected. Of course, the R-77s are ARH, but this thing isn't really meant for air-to-air. It can, of course, perform in air-to-air and can do quite well, but it's really meant for air-to-ground. And with that, you have up to 14 500-kilogram bombs, at least the regular dumb bombs. If you want the parachutes, carry up to 12 of them. 22 250-kilogram bombs. You can carry up to 3 1,500-kilogram GPS-guided bombs, laser-guided bombs, TV-guided bombs, or dumb bombs, and then a whole bunch of missiles like the KH-29TD, which is TV-guided, the L version, which is laser-guided. You can carry the GROMS, which, by the way, guys, you'll see in a few moments, and once I take this thing out to verse ground targets, whether it's in test drive or whatever the case may be, these things are ridiculously powerful. They have a 120-kilometer range, the Grom 1s, 400 seconds of missile guidance time, Mach 2 top speed, and they have 264 kilograms of explosive filler equivalent. These things are absolutely bonkers. And then, of course, you have the other things here, like the KH-38 MLs and the MTs, which, my goodness, the MTs, these are IR-guided KH-38. It's just completely crazy how good this thing is, right? Like, those Groms, I cannot say it enough how powerful they are. But that being said, let's get into maybe a match or two here, see what we could do. Bear in mind, this is the dev server, so literally everything that you see here can change up to and even beyond the release of the major update, so nothing is completely solid, at least as of yet. But without further ado, let's just get into it. This thing is absurd. So, of course, here we are with the Su-34, and look at these afterburners. It just is so beautiful. These are the new ones that have been added to War Thunder pretty much across the board. Now, when it comes to this vehicle overall, though, it is, again, I mean, it's like a bigger version of the Su-27, which itself is not as maneuverable as the MiG-29. So this thing is a very large aircraft. The roll rate isn't terrible. It's not great. It's just okay, you know. I mean, it's probably better than it should be. Better than one would expect, rather, for a vehicle of this size. But turn rate is, it's okay. I don't really want to turn right now because we're all kind of vying for like 6 bots to kill, because this is the dev server. One interesting thing here is that, at least currently, I'm not sure if this vehicle in real life has an air brake, but it shows that there is no air brake. I don't know. Yeah, there it goes. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. Now, let's look at the cockpit here, which, you know, I got to give Gaijin a lot of credit with this. It's just, oh man, look at that too. It shows you all the hard points. That is so cool. Wow. I actually just noticed that now. So this is, I mean, it's beautiful, really, how they do this. You can even see, in some limited way, the stitching. It's just so cool how Gaijin really, they put a lot of effort into it. Especially being that this is a free-to-play game, and you can, this is in the free tech tree. It's not a premium vehicle in any sort of way. It's really cool. So that said, let's just kind of wait, see if we can get some enemy aircraft coming up here. We can use the R-77s. I know this is a touch early to be using it, but it is what it is. These things have pretty good range, but typically I like to be within 20-ish kilometers. Okay, we have someone else there, maybe? Not entirely sure. One other thing that I am noticing here with this aircraft, it does not have... I'll just fire one more, because that's what we can do. This thing does not have whatchamacallits, helmet mounted display. So as you can see, I'm equipping the R73 here. It does not go, like, it doesn't move around with the vehicle, unfortunately, or with my camera. So I don't know if that's what it should have in real life. Also, one other thing that I've noticed that I probably obviously haven't really shown off yet, is the fact that the radar is a bit janky, at least if it's not in TWS mode. I've had it before where it just kind of scopes out people like 16 kilometers into the ground, you know, like mole people. So that's kind of a problem. But it is what it is. Again, this is not an air superiority fighter, but at least you can play it in air battles, which is nice. So let's go ahead and just toss up. That's not bad. That's not terrible maneuverability. It's not really great, though. Okay, at this point, we are firing long range at what I'm sure are just like those random A4s or whatever the hell they typically are. But, you know, I mean, these are kills nonetheless, and we can actually get a chance to test out the radar on this thing. Go ahead and fire on this guy. And I know it's kind of a long... Okay, we have an R77. Okay, an R73. And can we get another R77? Again, this is unfortunately just the state of the dev server. There's not really all too much that anyone can do. It's just... We're here chasing Lee, which no one knows where Lee is, and then we have these ghost things. Okay, you know what? We found the last guy here. Let's go ahead and fire an R77 at him. See if we can get the kill without also being tracked down by the enemy SPAA. And for good measure, let's go fire one more on him, because why the hell not? I've been waiting for this guy for 50 bajillion years. And we have the kill. Very nice. So that said, now, finally. Oh, this guy just left. He's pissed. Now let's go over and go after some ground targets. Now, you guys want to see something completely crazy? I have 6 of the Grom 1s. Remember, those are basically the rocket glide bombs, if you will. Mach 2 speed, and they have over 250 kilograms of explosive filler within them. So I'm just going to get off the runway real quick and pretty much immediately start targeting vehicles. I just want to get up to maybe a little bit higher of an altitude. This should be fine. So, MBTs, we have 1 Grom, 2 Grom, 3 Grom, 4, 5 Grom, 6 Grom. And look at this. 4 MBT kills. That quickly. And then we have a hit against a destroyer. And then a hit, a really gnarly hit too. That's probably going to kill it by sinking. And then we're going to kill the fast attack craft. Completely, and I mean completely absurd how good those are. Now bear in mind, they are GPS guided bombs, so you really can't, like, they're not going to go after missiles, or they're not going to go after moving targets, right? So you do want to bear that in mind. I'm firing an R27 ET against that MiG-15, but bear that in mind, because you're not going to get some, like, necessarily, like, oh, we're going to track 50 enemies from, like, a bajillion miles away. That's not going to happen. However, that alone, what I just did there is absurd. So we're going to go target that light tank out there, some BTRs, it looks like. And then, I don't know, we're pretty close to these guys here. So let's go ahead and see if we can make some more kills on them. And these things seem to be pretty damn maneuverable. Wow, we're going to get another 4 kills. That's just absurd. Genuinely, that is absurd. How freaking good these Groms are. Like, what? I'm 8 for 8 on kills. And it's not like it takes... Oh, look at that. 10 for 10? No, actually, you know what? 12 for 12, really, because didn't we destroy that destroyer? If I'm not mistaken. It's just absurd, though. I mean, regardless of whatever the case may be, it's extremely powerful, these weapons. And I don't know, like, are they going to come to War Thunder? Who knows? Like, they're going to annihilate SPAA. Like, completely destroy SPAA. Like, I have no doubt in my mind. Like, because they have a 120-kilometer range, and SPAA typically don't move much. So, I have no doubt in my mind. We're going to go ahead and target that destroyer with a 1,500-kilogram TV-guided bomb. Let's see if this thing actually makes the moves it needs to, and I think it... Oh, yeah, it is. So, this might be immediately, just because of the GROMS, the best CAS aircraft in War Thunder. And again, this is all done in a sterile, basically like a sterile way, because after all, this is just, we are just playing in test drive. And I cannot play, unfortunately, this will not allow me in the dev server to play in, I'm just going to do two, and I don't know, where's the other? Unfortunately, this is not going to allow, I got the kill there, this will not allow me to go ahead and go into ground RB, unfortunately. So, that said, you know, we have to kind of contend with what we have, but either way, what we have is completely absurd. And look at how these things operate. They're just going in, and then they can maneuver so freaking well. Oh, looks like I already destroyed the base. No biggie. And then I guess let's just kind of finish this up here with the TV-guided bomb. Because why the hell not? We're going to go for this light tank. See if we can get a double kill, because it is 1,500 kilograms. Oh my goodness. Oh my jeez. We got a double kill. So, in short, this thing is great. By the way, it does not have thermals. It is, I guess, for the best, just with night vision. So, otherwise, holy cow. Like, 1, 2. And then, oh wow, it really wants to go after them. I don't know why. But 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it's just completely absurd. I'm just going to launch another 2 on them, and then we can go after this. But either way, let me know what you guys think about this vehicle in the comments below. I am mesmerized, if you couldn't tell, by this vehicle. It just is completely mind-blowing to me that this thing exists in the capacity that it does. I just don't get it. Like, maybe I'm old-fashioned. I don't know. But it's just an absurd vehicle just because of those GROMs. Kind of like what I said in the intro. Vehicles are, at this point, like modern vehicles, they're defined by the weapons that they choose, that they have. And this vehicle has some of the most absurd weapons. They might be the best CAS weapons in War Thunder, the GROMs. You have the GROMs 2, or the GROM 2s rather, but they are not rocket propelled. These are. It's just a different level altogether. So, let me know what you guys think, but wow, I am incredibly impressed by how easy these things are to use and how ridiculously deadly they are. So, with that said, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all on the other side. I'm just going to be playing with these GROMs for a while. Take care, everyone. Like, holy crap.